At 73, Gene Simmons, the outspoken bassist and co-founder of the legendary rock band Kiss, has finally revealed the real reason he never married Cher, ending decades of speculation about one of the most talked-about romances of the 1970s. Long before Simmons settled into his famously unconventional but enduring relationship with Shannon Tweed, he was in a passionate, high-profile relationship with Cher, the multi-talented singer, actress, and pop culture icon who, like Gene, was at the height of her fame. Their romance was the stuff of tabloid dreams, the god of thunder and the goddess of pop, two larger-than-life personalities who seemed to have both magnetic chemistry and mutual respect. For years, fans assumed their breakup was simply a casualty of busy schedules or clashing egos, but in a candid interview, Simmons has now admitted that the truth was far more complicated and, in many ways, deeply personal. According to Simmons, his relationship with Cher was one of the most meaningful of his life, and he describes her as the classiest lady I ever knew, intelligent, generous, and genuinely kind. But he also confessed that, at the time, he was not ready for the commitment that marriage would have required. At the height of Kiss's fame, Simmons was living a life of relentless touring, non-stop recording, and the endless temptations that came with rock stardom. He admitted that he was selfish then, more focused on building his career and feeding his ego than on building a stable life with one person, no matter how much he cared for her. "I wasn't the guy who could give her what she deserved," Simmons explained. "Cher deserves someone fully present. I wasn't there yet." Simmons also revealed that while Cher was understanding of his lifestyle, she had clear boundaries. She valued honesty, loyalty, and respect, and she was not willing to settle for anything less than a partner who could be there emotionally and physically. Ultimately, they reached a mutual understanding. They loved and respected each other, but their paths were moving in different directions. Simmons admits that letting her go was one of the hardest decisions he ever made, and one he has often looked back on with bittersweet feelings. In the years since, both have spoken kindly of each other in public. Cher has called Simmons one of the good ones, and Simmons has often praised her as an extraordinary person who had a lasting impact on his life. Now, decades later, he says the breakup taught him a valuable lesson about love, timing, and personal growth. "Sometimes," Simmons said, "you meet the right person at the wrong time. And if you're not ready, you lose them, not because they weren't right for you, but because you weren't right for them yet." For fans who grew up idolizing both stars, this revelation closes the book on one of rock and pop culture's most intriguing love stories. It wasn't betrayal or a scandal that kept Gene Simmons from marrying Cher. It was the recognition, however painful, that love alone isn't always enough when the timing isn't right.